Hello guys, welcome to TNA Throwback, and it's already episode 26. We are 3 days out from the pay-per-view. We are at the Go Home show. As you can see, Hardcore Justice is on August 15, which is on Sunday in this game. Let's quickly recap last week's show and move on to the Go Home show. So, what happened last week? We start with recap. How is World Elite gonna respond to Bashir again losing? Anderson came out, he talked about the world title tournament, and he had no desire to affiliate with Jarrett. Jarrett interrupted. He's the one said that Anderson is the one losing by not accepting the offer, and announced he's facing Gunner one-on-one tonight. Jarrett warned Bashir if he doesn't beat Angle tonight, he is gone from World Elite. RV defeated Chris Daniels to advance to the finals of the World Title Tournament when Cass hit Daniels with the title by accident because Cass wanted to cause RVD the match. Joe cut the promo on Steiner and told him he's gonna take out Pete Williams. Morgan and Tom Cole talked with Team 3D before their match and showed respect. The returning Zack Ryder defeated Robbie E in his Shore Open Challenge. Joe choked out Pete Williams in a coquina clutch. Kazarian cut a promo saying he failed to cost RV the match, but there's one more match left, so you can never doubt him. Team 3D and Morgan versus Morgan Toko ended in a no contest when Abyss interfered. The Congregation defeated the Machine Guns in a tag match when Consequences Creed helped Dinero. After a match, Creed was renamed by the Pope as Creed and announced as the new member of the faction. Morgan and Tomko demanded to face Abyss and Gunner, but Bischoff accepted the offer and booked them in a #1 contendership match for the Go Home show. Anderson defeated Gunner after shoving him onto Jarrett, who was sitting in ringside. Love cut a promo on Tessmacher. Lito and Flair cut a promo on AJ and said they hope he fails tonight because they got unfinished business, so AJ failed. Jeff Hardy defeated him in the semi-final via Swanton Bomb. After a match, AJ had a temper tantrum and blamed it all on Flair and Lito. After this, Angle told Bashir that their match is a last man standing, and in the last man standing match, Kurt Angle defeated Bashir, kicking him out of the World Elite group. And after a match, Angle celebrating as Douglas Williams was spotted on the ramp. Douglas Williams was again another member of World Elite who was kicked out. So as of right now, it stands Jeff Jarrett, Abyss, and Gunner are World Elite. So this group is thinning out. So we got a lot to settle for this show. I will include the card in the description of the video because this is easier for you guys to just see the card and you know, not me taking like 2 minutes to announce all the matches. It's gonna be easier just to post the card, the match card, after this show, as I always do. So we start the show with of course, a dark match where we are gonna recap last week's show, the show that I have already recapped for you guys. As you know, I always recap my last week's show because my shows, and I think everybody should have this. I like to have continued storylines, and it's easier to recap the show from last week so you guys can follow what will happen here and what is the progression as far as storyline go. I like to have every show to have some sort of a chain, you know, to make sense. So I like to recap my shows. The show will open with Sting and Angle. They're gonna cut the promo on Jarrett. They're gonna tell him that he's out of guys, you know. Douglas Williams was gone. Then Bashir is gone right now. So they will think that World Elite is thinning out and they have the upper hand already. But Jarrett will come out and he's gonna tell Sting that Sting and Angle that they have to prepare for a surprise, because they're booked in a match at the pay-per-view where they'll face 2 new members of World Elite. They're mystery guys, so they don't really know. You know, we don't know the identity of these guys, but Jarrett has already contacted 2 new guys, and they're gonna face Angle and Sting at the pay-per-view. I guess you guys can already tell which are gonna be, but I'm not gonna spoil it because it's supposed to be like a surprise. After this, we're gonna have already kicked out members. Douglas Williams and Bashir came out, and they're gonna be on Sting and Angle's side, and they're gonna attack World Elite, and actually they're gonna outnumber them, and World Elite are gonna retreat, because as of right now they're just 3 guys. They're Abyss, Jarrett, and Gunner, but of course after a pay-per-view they're gonna be back to 5 again. It's just a little bit of a cleaning up, I guess. So we kick off the show with the already announced #1 contenders match from last week between Abyss and Gunner and Matt Morgan and Tomko. Abyss and Gunner are gonna win by a low blow, but they're gonna win. So Abyss and Gunner are the new #1 contenders. The tag team title match for Hardcore Justice is gonna be Team 3D against Abyss and Gunner. Of course, the reasoning here is that Abyss and Gunner are they have already established a rivalry with Team 3D. As you guys can recall, the past 4 weeks they had confrontations. Abyss and Gunner already beat them in a match, but we had to establish them as #1 contenders, and they're gonna go over Morgan and Tomko. Morgan and Tomko are a good team, but they're still, you know, they're baby faces and they're still picking up steam, so we're gonna have them soon as a contenders, just not gonna be on this show. And to clarify, so as you can imagine, Sting and Angle are gonna be probably on the ramp, while Jarrett, Abyss, and Gunner are gonna be in the ring, or the reverse. Douglas Williams and Bashir are gonna come out on their own. They're not gonna be affiliated with Sting and Angle. They're gonna have their own agenda because they were kicked out of World Elite, and they're gonna be bitter about it. So we are not just gonna have them as baby faces aligning with Sting and Angle. We're gonna have them as their own agenda. They're gonna have their own battle with World Elite. So the next thing on the show is gonna be a promo with the congregation. Yeah, hanging out backstage. So the already improved congregation with a new member. We had Creed joining last week after helping them win the match against the Motor City Machine Guns. Then we will, you know, to the back, as sometimes in the TNA TV shows, in the TNA Impact, they are saying to the back. So to the back, quick promo from Douglas Williams and Bashir. Of course, this is gonna be the reasoning behind the attack. They're gonna explain that Bashir is gonna say that Jarrett stole this stable from him. He was the founder. You know, the original members were Douglas Williams, Bashir, and Kiyoshi, and they are already out. So Bashir is gonna accuse Jarrett of stealing his idea, stealing his, you know, faction. This is gonna be the promo that he'll cut. Next thing on the show, we have a 6-man tag team match between the newly formed, not newly formed, but the improved congregation, the Angel Dinero, Randy Jordan Creed, taking on the Guns from last week and let's say Amazing Red. We need to have a partner. Creed is gonna pick up the win to solidify himself and he's gonna beat Amazing Red. Yeah, let's say it's clean. It's not gonna be completely clean, but... And to add salt to the wound, Bischoff will tell Jarrett that he has to face both Bashir and Douglas Williams in a gauntlet handicap match. So Jeff Jarrett has a tough task for this show. And if you question what is the you know, what is Bischoff's, is he a face, is he a heel? There's not there's not, you know, he's not either one of them. He's kind of a tweener. Because I like to have the GM not, for right now at least, not affiliated with anything. He's neither a babyface or a heel, because I like to have independent decisions picked out by the GM. So Bischoff is right now just like a commissioner, like a GM. Sometimes he'll come out and announce matches. Sometimes he will not appear at all. Sometimes the matches will be announced by the guys. You already, if you follow the series for this time, you have already seen the type of because I haven't really changed him as a GM. He's the GM since the beginning of the game. I think that if you don't run an angle around your GM, you don't have to make him either a babyface or a heel. He just has to remain a tweener. He has to remain independent. He has to have his own agenda. So Bischoff is gonna remain. The rest of the, yeah, Steiner is gonna cut the promo on Joe. PT is in a hospital, so PT is not gonna be at Hardcore Justice, where they'll face each other. After this, Joe is gonna beat Hernandez via Muscle Buster, and this is gonna send a message to Steiner. They are gonna face in a Monsters Ball match to resolve this feud. Jarrett gained overness. Creed gained overness. 6-man tag, Steiner interview. And Joe and Hernandez got 80%. 79 again. Alright, let's continue with the show. So the next match is gonna be Styles and Lito. I know what you're gonna think. Why waste this match? Because this is a setup match. This is not gonna be, there's not gonna be a lot of action here. It's gonna quickly end in a DQ. This is gonna be a setup by AJ. Daniels is gonna interfere. And they're gonna beat the hell out of Jay Lethal and Ric Flair. The purpose is to build up to a future match. But what's gonna happen after the match? We're gonna have the running save, running for late partner save by Austin Aries. He's gonna save Jay and he's gonna save because you can see I'm shifting the focus here from the singles to a tag feud. So, and after this we're gonna have the challenge for the pay-per-view. So as you guys can see, this was a setup to have at the pay-per-view. It's gonna be Austin Aries and Jay Lethal against AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels. Because Jay Lethal already beat AJ in a grudge match, so I think this repeat is gonna be stupid. We have already established some sort of an alliance between Aries and Lethal throughout the last 4 weeks when we kind of crossed the feuds between them, because Aries was feuding with Daniels, as you can remember, for a lot of time. He got out of this feud by beating him, and Lethal was involved with Styles. So I thought it will be a good idea to put Aries and Lethal against Styles and Daniels. And my idea here is to kinda bring back Styles and Daniels as a team, because I have plans for Aries and Lethal by themselves, but I don't really have plans for Styles or Daniels. So I think I'm gonna crop them out and make them a team again, and have them compete probably in the tag team division. So this is gonna be the way to put them together. So at the pay-per-view we're gonna have the tag match, and it's gonna be a tables match. So this is how we are setting up this feud and this match. We have a knockouts match. Angelina Wolf is gonna take on Madison Rain. She's gonna win to gain some momentum before the pay-per-view. But after the match, we're gonna have Brooke Tessmacher run in and attack Angelina Love. And this is gonna be building up to their match, their Heavyweight Knockouts title match. And after the match, we're gonna have Brooke Tessmacher. After she beats Angelina Love down, she's gonna cut a promo. She's gonna say that she's gonna become the new Knockouts champion and bring the title back to the beautiful people. After this segment, we're gonna have a face-off. Zack Ryder will explain that this is probably his last chance to get revenge at Robbie E, because their match for the global title will take place at Hardcore Justice. So this is gonna be again Ryder returning to face his nemesis. The next match is gonna be the promised handicap match. Jeff Jarrett taking on the Sheik, Bashir and Douglas Williams, but this is gonna be a gauntlet. This is not gonna be a straight up handicap match. Jeff Jarrett is gonna win out over both of them by cheating. He's gonna cheat in both of the matches with the help of Abyss and Gunner. So right now we have a video recapping the World Title Tournament and the upcoming finals between Jeff Hardy and RVD. Yeah, I forgot to hype up the match on this show. We're gonna have the finals. Finally, we see who the number one contender is for Mr. Anderson. And before the match begins, Mr. Anderson is gonna join the commentary table. He's gonna join Mike TNA and Taz. He's gonna talk about his preferred opponent. So we have the grand finals of the World Title Tournament series here. Jeff Hardy taking on Rob Van Dam. And the obvious thing here, Jeff Hardy is gonna win, because first of all, RVD is already in a program with Kazarian, and Kazarian on last week's show failed to cost him the match, and this is gonna be the payoff, which is gonna be Kazarian actually costing Jeff Hardy already the match. Returning singles attack, yeah. No, running attack. This is gonna be how the show ends, but let me first, yeah, so basically Jeff Hardy, I've already told you guys ever since he dropped the global title to Robbie E that I have big plans for him, and the big plans will be him being involved in the world title because Mr. Anderson as a heel doesn't have a lot of credible opponents, so I had to push Hardy onto the main event scene where he belongs. So he will beat RVD here with an interference from Kazarian. This is gonna do, of course, this is gonna be the payoff to the Kazarian failing to coast RVD on last week's show, and this is gonna set up RVD and Kazarian at the pay-per-view for the X Division title. So right now RVD has even more. RVD has even more motivation to beat Kazarian's ass at the pay-per-view. So we have established that Jeff Hardy will face Mr. Anderson. He will challenge Mr. Anderson for the world title, and after the match, Anderson is gonna come out from the commentary table and he's gonna beat up Jeff Hardy. He's gonna raise the title he's gonna raise the world title in the ring, and this is how the show is gonna conclude. So even though the last few weeks the build-up consisted of Anderson kind of being a tweener because he didn't want to affiliate himself with World Elite and Jarrett, he's remaining a heel here because we are gonna have this heel against babyface match for the world title, so we need to establish that Anderson will attack Hardy and raise some heat for this match, since, you know, this is announced at the Go Home show, so it's gonna be hard to build up from here. But I think this appeared to be maybe a fine show. So this was the Go Home show. I will post up the match card in the description. And now we are gonna be back for Hardcore Justice, where Mr. Anderson faces Jeff Hardy for the world title. So stay tuned in.